Are you trying to treat Lyme disease naturally? Here's 5 common mistakes that people make that I want you to avoid. Hey, my name is Ryan Kearns and I had Lyme disease in 2016. It was really difficult for me. I was mistreated in the medical system. I was passed around from doctor to doctor. I had a heart rate that was dropping. I was fainting. I had vertigo. I had crazy fatigue. It was a really difficult time for me, but I was able to heal naturally using herbs and diet and different supplements and a different healthcare routines. I was able to get better, and now I help other people do the same thing at LymeWars.com. There's a huge growing interest in healing naturally from Lyme disease and in getting better without using antibiotics, as people catch on to the idea that antibiotics can hurt your system more than they help. I'm sharing 5 big mistakes that people are making that sabotage their journey along the way and make it so they never get better. Mistake number 1, not understanding the full scope of Lyme disease. So people sometimes think it's very simple. It's just this microbe, I take antibiotics, it goes away. That's simply not true. There's a lot more to it than that. There's dozens of symptoms that all overlap and intertwine together. There's no saying whether or not each symptom is from Lyme disease or if there's some other underlying root cause. It's not a real disease in the sense of disease and how it's thought. Instead, it's mainly a grouping together of symptoms, put them all in a bucket, and we call that bucket Lyme disease. That's how you can think about it. And so it's a very complex thing. It's not simple at all. It's got a lot of moving parts. There's co-infections, which means other infections that like to hang out with that big bacteria that can infect your body as well. There's multiple strains of Lyme disease bacteria, meaning there are many different types of the same type of bacteria. And they don't just come from black-legged ticks. They could come from all sorts of other animals as well. One of the best things you can do is commit to researching Lyme disease and working with a Lyme literate practitioner that can walk you through the full scope of how Lyme disease works. Assuming it's really simple is a trap. So don't go jumping into treatment blind. Educate yourself first. Mistake number 2 is focusing too heavily on one single method, right? Sometimes people come to me and they say, "Oh, I've tried that herb before." And I say, "That's one herb? You used one single herb and you didn't get the results you wanted?" Of course not, right? There's many things you need to do in order to get better. And using herbs is a great start. It's a great path. I love it. It's my favorite. It's why I started LymeWars.com. But it's not the last path. It's not just one herb either. We use a combination of herbs because this combination has been proven through the science and the literature and the stories of patients to work really, really, really well. We also keep them in single capsules to make sure they're the highest in potency and quality. And that way, people just tend to get really, really great results with them because we've removed all the barriers. Not only that, but we provide all of the tools, not just the herbs, right? We show people how to heal using diet and detox and lifestyle and herbs on top of all of that. If I was simply saying, "Here, just take these herbs, just take this pill, this one pill, and you'll feel better," that would be the same as the medical industry saying, "Here, take these antibiotics and you'll feel better," right? It's simply not true. Lyme disease is much more complex than that, as we discussed in mistake number 1. But because Lyme disease is so complex, it needs a multifaceted approach, and that's what we really help people do at the bottom of it. I know sometimes it doesn't look like it. It looks like we're just talking about herbs, but there's so much more to it than that. It's just that we need to give people what they want so that we can give people what they need. Mistake number 3 is ignoring your gut health. So gut health is paramount. I mean, it's where your immune system lives and survives and thrives, right? If you have a gut microbiome that gets damaged from antibiotics, or you have leaky gut syndrome, your gut barrier is leaking into your bloodstream, all of these gut problems will be the downfall, and it will cause you not to get better from Lyme disease. That's why so many people take antibiotics and end up getting worse or staying the same. It's because they're damaging their immune system with antibiotics that kill their gut microbiome. The gut has a direct impact on your immune system and your inflammation responses. It's why we need to use probiotics, prebiotics, and a gut-friendly diet during the entire process of healing, because it reduces inflammation, it improves the immune system, and it fights back against Lyme disease. So instead, support your gut. It's so key for your recovery. Mistake number 4, lacking patience. I know this is a really tricky one for most people to hear, but the body works on averages over time. It doesn't just change overnight. That's why when you start eating healthy one day, you wake up the next day and do you look completely different already? No, it takes time. Our body responds to averages over time. So if we're overweight and we want to lose weight, we eat less food over a long period of time. We stay in a calorie deficit for a long period of time, we lose weight. That's just an example, but you get the point. The body, that's how it always works. It doesn't respond quickly. It responds slowly to changes, and it waits to see, how are these changes going to play out over the course of a month, 2 months, 3 months, a year. To our body, a year is not very long at all. In fact, time is completely made up when we think about it. And our human bodies don't really follow the idea of time the same way as, the rest of the world follows time. Going to work at 9 a.m., coming home at 5 p.m. All of that stuff is created by man's brain. So our body just needs longer time to adjust and to get better and to rebuild and repair. And we don't give it enough time a lot of the time. If we can give it more time to heal, more time to feel better, usually that's all we need. Some people think that, I've been doing this for so long and it's not working. And really, they've just been not doing the right combination of things for a long enough period of time. Sometimes you could be doing everything right, but if you're in a completely stressed out state all the time, you're running frantic, you're constantly on the clock, you're constantly, in a frazzle, or you have anxiety, high anxiety, that can cause your body to not get better because you're in that fight or flight state rather than a parasympathetic state that can actually heal the body. There is no overnight fix. Your best friend in this journey is consistency and sticking to the plan. It's really important to have realistic expectations and not expect to get better overnight. You've got to stay with this for the long term. And in fact, for me, I ended up changing my entire health. I changed my entire lifestyle to be a healthy individual. And that's why I believe Lyme disease had such a profound impact on me, and why I wanted to help other people get better from Lyme disease, because it really did change me as a person. If I didn't get Lyme disease, I would have been on a different path than since I did get Lyme disease. I had to go down the healing path, and it changed the way I view the world forever. And it might do the same for you if you let it. It's possible that you come out of this healthier than you've ever been, let alone better from Lyme disease. That's what happened to me. So be patient and stick with your plan. Mistake number 5 is self-diagnosing and using untested remedies. Please do not use some random herbs or some random thing that's not tested, that people don't usually use for Lyme disease or write about for Lyme disease. Don't self-diagnose and say, I must have Lyme disease, right? We want to make sure that you're actually dealing with Borrelia burgdorferi and co-infections or co-infections. And we also want to make sure that you're using a remedy that actually has proof, has results, has studies. And that's what we've put together with the Lyme Wars Herb Box that you can get at lymewars.com if you're interested. It's completely backed by science. There's research abound. There's a ton of doctors and Lyme literate doctors, regular doctors that have written about these herbs. There's herbalists that have written about the effects of these herbs on Lyme disease, and it goes on and on and on. So many books and studies and research have been done specifically with these herbs and Lyme disease. And that's why we know it's proven, it's tested, it works. It worked for me. And then I started helping other people get it easier, cheaper, and faster. And that's why you can get it too at lymewars.com. So make sure you work with qualified practitioners and use an evidence-based approach. Don't risk your health. Seek expert guidance. I'm here to help if you have any questions. So a quick recap of all 5 mistakes. Number 1, not understanding the full scope of Lyme. Number 2, focusing on only one way to get better. Number 3, ignoring your gut health. Number 4, lacking patience. And number 5, self-diagnosing and using untested remedies. If you're on this journey, you are not alone. There are better ways to heal. I put together a free guide that you can have. It's completely free. It's called the Lyme Survival Guide. I wrote it after going through my Lyme disease journey and struggling for a year. And I put all of the most important steps in this guide so that you can have a very detailed step-by-step plan that you can use. Just go to the link directly below this video. Pick up your Lyme Survival Guide now. It's completely free. You can download it immediately and start reading it right now. Just click the link below this video and get started. Subscribe for more natural Lyme recovery tips, and comment or share your Lyme disease story below. Again, when we share our stories, it helps the world. People don't know who they're helping every time they do something simple like place a comment on a post. Someone could read that comment, it might save their life.